From the center of the universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, this is the SDM Show with your host, Rob Cairns. The SDM Show focuses on business, life, productivity, digital marketing, WordPress, and more. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. Here is Rob.
Hey everybody, Rob Cairns here. I'm the founder, CEO, and chief digital strategist at Stunning Digital Marketing. In this show, Laine Naida joins us for his monthly SEO segment, and Warren's going to talk all about off-page SEO. Sit back, relax, enjoy. The SDM show is brought to you by Stunning Digital Marketing, the digital marketing concierge that helps you put all your marketing pieces together. We are your marketing experts. We are also your WordPress security experts and know how to lock down a website and protect yourself from bad actors. So contact us at Stunning Digital Marketing today.
Hey, it's me. It's Warren L. Naida, and you can find me on Twitter X, pretty much anywhere else as well. And I'm here this month again with thanks to Rob. And this month's rant will continue along the SEO path. But this month I would like to talk about off-page SEO. I think it's for me a very important part of my SEO, and more important than my on-page SEO, which I know is going to get everyone all upset, but I'm kind of an off the range, off campus kind of guy. And to be honest, what I've been seeing a lot of, what I've been hearing a lot of, and what people are talking about is really off-page SEO. Now, I know a lot of people, especially on Twitter X, are saying there's no such thing as off-page SEO. It all connects onto your website. But, if any of you who don't have a website and are getting found know that that's, not really true. It doesn't need to be your website. It could be another website. Sure, we need websites, but it doesn't have to be my website for you to find me. So I think there's a little too much emphasis on-page SEO. Certainly, of course, we have the tech bros and their tech SEO mantra. This is also really fine and good, but I think honestly, we need to cut to the chase. And, I don't care what you call it. It's important that people find you. That's, for me, has always been SEO. People being able to find you who don't know your name. And I think if we look at where Google and Bing are, or in general in search engine optimization, I think the 65% zero-click search is certainly starting to move up higher now that we have AI overviews embedded into both Google and Bing. The snippets that we're fighting for with our on-page SEO really start to fade into insignificance. And so if we add on to that, people increasingly using social media for search, searching on the the more unexpected search engines such as YouTube, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, wherever you're really going to find information. These large websites are search engines themselves. And on top of that, we don't even need to go to Google and Bing and Co. We can just go right to ChatGPT, to Grok, to Perplexity, to Claude, and we can get that information that we want. And really, to be honest, most of SEO is informational search. So, if you're locked out of that 80% search because your website isn't ranking, you need another way. And I think that way is really your off-page SEO, especially social media, but more and more being visible in an AI tool. So I think what this really means going forward is that it's far less important your on-page SEO, your structure, your metadata, your H1s, 2s, 3s, your keyword density. This is not important. What's important in being found is that people are citing you, they're mentioning you, they're talking about you, they are sharing your content on their social media, wherever they happen to be, chat rooms, on the street. So we've got to move away from SEO is about having your content ranking. It doesn't need to rank. What your content needs to do and what you need to do is to travel. So people need to be able to find you, they need to be able to find your content. And I think this is the most important SEO focus that we can have at the moment, that SEO, it's all off-page SEO now. It is this SXO. It is about the experience of search and tweaking our websites. I think we could use that time much more wisely by getting out with people and getting into conversation. So on-page SEO really assumes that people are going to go to our website, and this assumption is increasingly outdated. I think our visibility and our authority, this exists much, much more off-page than it does on-page. So what does this mean for us? What are we doing with this great information? I think one of the biggest changes has been AI. While we used to go to Google and Bing and get information, we might also ask our friends on social media for answers to our question. Now, more and more, we're going to AI. So being cited in AI results is becoming much, much more important. Okay, so we need to be cited, we need to be mentioned, and we need to be embedded in these data streams, in these new data streams. It used to be we had to have that happening in Google and Bing, but I'm really more and more of the opinion that the days of Google and Bing for this sort of SEO are no longer interesting. Now, I am not a brand. I do not sell specific products. So this is where Google is still important. Google is brand centric. But if I am selling information, if I am selling services, and I'm not selling handbags, crypto wallets, or charging cables, then Google is really not so interesting for me. Now, Google, that said, Google AI overviews, I read this in a SEMrush report, is that they were 13% of all searches in March. So that's quite a lot if you think about it. And if you ignore it, you're almost ignoring 13% of your customers, which I don't really think you would do. So we have the AI searches, and this is a big change. Now, we've always had social platforms, and we've been talking about social as a search tool way before AI started to become interesting. So as I said, Amazon, YouTube, Etsy, eBay, Facebook, Reddit, Discord, GitHub, any of these places where you are, anywhere where content is consumed, it's shared, and it's cited, this is going to be important. And again, Google is becoming less and less important in this regard. So we have AI, which is very, very important. We have social media, which is extremely important because people are there, businesses there, it's 24/7 and it's free. So being in the conversation, the sort of conversational SEO is also an important part of the off-page SEO. When we come to talk about backlinks and mentions, again, for me, these are less ranking signals. They are discovery signals. So I think for me, this is part of that sort of discovery ecosystem. And so I'm not so interested that they help my ranking. What I'm more interested in is that they get me into connection, into contact with people, and that we can have a conversation. So, I mean, to be honest, I mean, everything, well, not everything you do, but there's going to be something you do that is better than anyone else. You have unique insights, you have unique experiences. And if you can share these and build the connections, you will increase and build the links to your content. And your website might be that place, but in the past, that's the only place it has been. And now we have so many other places where we are. So if we think Google's EAT, our expertise, our experience, our authority, and our trustworthiness, we are showing our expert side. We are showing that we are a thought leader, however you want to talk it out through some sort of expert. And so if we're sharing this expertise and talking with people on social media, I think this is a lot more effective than simply yet another a blog listicle. I don't really think we need these anymore. Now, websites are still very important. I'm not saying websites aren't important. They are important. They still exist. They're still the only thing that we can 100% control. So yes, these are still very, very important. But I mean, you need the website for the conversion. You need the website for perhaps like the newsletter, for the lead generation, for the sale. But websites, there's endpoints. Okay, they're not the center of my visibility strategy. They are an ends to a mean. So it's where people are going to go to take action, but people are not going to discover me via my website. This is not how it happens. And it used to happen, that's fine, but it doesn't happen anymore. So we move on. So what are we going to do for the rest of the year? Okay, this is what I'm trying to do as a practical side for my SEO this year. I'm trying as much as possible to publish on high crawl platforms, okay? LinkedIn, Medium, those platforms where if you publish an article, it is there in Google within 24 hours, okay? Your website is probably not that place, all right? So I'm looking for those platforms to publish on. I'm looking to create content that has a high citation value, okay? Not just for people, but also for AI. I'm also starting to do much more shareable, consumable content, YouTube Shorts, more on TikTok. This is something very new for me, but this is easily shared. And then I think it helps to be, this content helps me to be present in conversations across the platforms. And yes, even Twitter X. I don't know why people have left Twitter X. I think it's ridiculous. I will die on this hill, but you've got to have a really good reason for wantonly, I will use this word, with extreme prejudice, wantonly giving up free visibility on a platform like this. I don't understand you. No one it's like Elon Musk will not care. So and the last point is for me, I'm really pushing to get cited on by AI tools, and the search engines they're not so interesting. I like them, they're relevant in certain aspects, but if I want to be found, if I want to be discovered as the first part of that SEO, that awareness phase, it's not going to happen on a search machine. Has never happened, and I've been in the business for 25 years. It's not going to happen in the future. Hasn't happened before, not going to happen. So optimize for AI. Optimize for all of your zero-click features, okay? Leverage social media. Use it. People are there. Get into the conversation. Even if you weren't in the business, you'd be getting in the conversation. Doesn't matter what business you're in. If you don't have a conversation, you're not selling anything. So get in the conversation. And I think, if brands are important for you, if you do want that visibility still on the search engines, then yeah, you're going to be needing to publish on those platforms that Google still likes. So yes, Reddit, yes, LinkedIn, yes, Medium, and whatever Google decides to like tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I mean SEO, it's dead, it's dying, I don't know, whatever. It's evolving. It is just a thing. Okay, we managed before SEO, we'll manage after SEO. It is evolving like most things. Okay, social media, we've got shopping platforms, we've got gaming platforms. When's the last time we talked about gaming SEO? Well, we never talked about it. Okay. AI assistants are all disrupting Google and Bing's traditional search methods. Yeah. So like that's fine. We move on to the next new thing. SEO is definitely SXO. It is an experience. Get out there, get found, get into offline spaces wherever people are. Don't assume people are going to visit your website. You'll probably be disappointed. All right. Get content on your website, but I would say, spend most of your time getting content where everyone is. I don't know how many people are on your website, but there's probably a lot more people on your social media channel. So get over there and say hi and keep on doing your stuff. We'll see you next month. Bye bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Stunning Digital Marketing, your digital marketing concierge to help the business owner put all his pieces together, whether it's email marketing, WordPress security, WordPress design and development, PPC, and more. Text Stunning Digital Marketing for all your digital marketing needs today. Very special thank you to Warren for joining the SDM show. The SDM show is dedicated to my late father, Bruce Cairns. Dad, I miss you very much every day. My mother, Ann Cairns, who's still doing really well and is an inspiration. And of course, Tiz Maroney. And Tiz, I know I've said it, but thank you so much for all the inspiration you give me every day.